Hello! There's a new update from your favorite GSM operator, AfriCell.
For all of you that have struggled to buy cash power beyond $7,000, AfriCell has done it again. The limit to buy cash power is now up to $30,000. Oh yes, $30,000.
Buy all the cash power you want from your AfriMoney account by dialing *777#.
Where AfriCell goes, nobody dares to follow.
It's an amazing offer. AfriCell mobile money just got way better. The threshold for cash in and cash out on your AfriMoney has been increased.
Where it used to be 10,000 per transaction, now it has been increased to 30,000. Meaning, your AfriMoney account, you can now withdraw and deposit up to $30,000 at once.
Cashing in and out just got 3 times easier. For more info, call 777.
Where AfriCell goes, nobody dares to follow.
Islamic microfinance is becoming an increasingly popular mechanism for poverty alleviation, especially for developing countries around the world. This microfinance service adheres to the principles of Islam as a form of social responsibility. Yona Islamic Microfinance is the Islamic microfinance of choice in the Gambia, trustworthy and reliable. At Yona Islamic Microfinance, we provide savings products, current accounts, financing products in conformity with Islam. In addition, Yona Islamic Microfinance also offers local and international remittances, takaful fund, management of zakat, management of awqaf, trading and investment, and building of strategic partnerships to bring financial services to the doorstep of the poor with donor projects, madrasas, youth organizations, women groups, and farmer organizations. Make a choice with Yona Islamic Microfinance today. For more information on Yona Islamic Microfinance, call 377-2151 or 9832-151 or visit Yona head office at Tipa Garage, Bakote, or visit any Yona branch located countrywide near you.
For the first time in the history of the Gambia, Gambia Printing Publishing Corporation proudly introduces the Biliomatic exercise book printing machine. The machine has the capacity to print more than 20,000 books per hour. Yes, 20,000 books per hour. It also prints magazines, newspapers, calendars, flyers, normal books and all kinds of printed documents plus items at affordable prices. With the Biliomatic printing machine, GPPC can now render high quality and non-size restricted printing service supply across the sub-region. Rush now and partner with GPPC for all your public and private printing service needs. Print with us today and you'd be offered highly professional, reliable and efficient service delivery by our team of experts. The Gambia Printing and Publishing Corporation is here to meet all demands and is reliable at all times. For more info, contact us on 437-4493 or 437-4402. GPPC is Gambian and it's yours.
Assalamualaikum bari ngal konton kale bismillah mo be kirafado jibe ka nyin tembe na ba flale ko wala barka bake alla Politic Kaacha programme mutanale ne koteke min kanale talata ninyen wato sita be molbe hakedani la kangola bi bari kango mantra normal ling so of course bi balo mantra sahare bake but be molbe hakedani la wala ba fala mobe ko thank you so much al kanyim programme no ma nyame nga Africell farantindu ke je bake kanyim programme fasa ka sembenti andi ke blodum nyim programme ko mol mi alon ko lebe diaspora milbe Gambia jang mi alon ko kanyim programme no ma ninyi wato sita ma fale ko thank you so much al kanyim programme no ma nyame bi fanan nin luntandol murtanale ne mi alon ko ni be kacala politiko ko la Gambia banko kanja mbuluba karola ngamin soro wolem Ebrima Nyang atlem admin secretary wanti Gambia Democratic Congress GDC ate botena wolto mara karola ngamin soro ji wolem Haji Suwaneh ate mankelun tanti nyim programme to bari akana janne wati of course mamme fan kabre aburaja so atelem national youth president wati United Democratic Party mi alon ko lebe Gambia banko kanjang nin ko la funding kelu atele nyaton kaya Gambia banko kanjang United Democratic Party nyanta isa damfa fanan social numbari amole mi alon ko mantra sahare mbake isa be duala to alma ala sa murundi ala jara kenda of course aya kende ma sota tumbe no of course lafta government side sort like oppositional falan sort but unfortunately nga opposition falan sort studio kono bi Mr. Nyang aning Mr. Suwaneh Mr. Nyang yang live on Kerfat
jërëjëf Buba nuyu la beneen yoon sant la gërëm la bu baax a baax di nuyu suma broda Haji Suwaneh di rafetlu rek and kontaan trop ñëwaat si beneen programme bi Politic Kaacha waaye nevertheless tamit foog ñu use opportunity bi recognize the good work bu nga xam ne tamit yaa ngi ko def si Grand Bantaba bi and Politic Kaacha bi because fu mu jaar tamit in politics foog ñu discuss issues waaw te loolu moom foog ñu recognize ko and keep up the good job jërëjëf
Haji
thank you very much Buba baraka bake yang sura jang ko teke kuma ya fanya manke nyo ya lunta
yang ke
but anyway na hone baba fam be men ke hone Ebrima Nyang admin secretary 1 Gambia Democratic Party GDC kontan na bagal pour na yim platform siaja do kuma ya fanya mena you would have like it to be balanced ka na ruling party la mo sura jang men ke dam pon la comrade esa damfa but unfortunately ngamira circumstances beyond his own control men ke jata ken la ko ti aman mabe no jang be wala ala mala na so jata ken diala ko teke ngila lambura fana beten tulen be jala just as usual bankola ko le Kaacha la jusute je hakilo le mal la mor ko nyima ngol spectacle be bulla bal konto na fala baten tulen ba jela for your times.
All right, thank you so much. Nyang dañu start of course just nañ right now back we the youth are going and xam nañ ne right now gal yu bari tamit ñoo reer yoo xam ne gisanguñ leen waaye gis nañ di strategy boo xam ne xewoon na in Bakaw a lot of people died there man koñ bu ma demoon si boppam dafa mel ni 6 people ñoo fa dee and then we have seen also in other areas yoo xam ne ñu bari gaañu nañ yoo xam they are youths and dafa mel ni ñu ngi jógee in this country going to Europe through the back way seen party bi gisangu ñu wasi but then first la moo nekk seen reaction when it comes to this back way boo xam ne mu ngi xew.
Exactly. Bu xam naa suñu reaction sax duñ ko based on party because ñu dee tamit ndawi Gambians lañ and gëm naa ne we are losing our future through this back way. Lu nga xam ne is not promising and at the end of the day mi ngi affect suñ future bu baax a baax. So at party level wala at Gambian level sax gëm naa ne ñëpp a condemn what is happening waaye at the same time tamit gëm naa ne ñu ne war nañoo laaj suñ boppa waaye Gambian si bugg a dee even ñu leer leen ne baag bi how risky it is waaye with all that tamit ñu decide ne dinañ dem because lack of opportunity moo amut in this country so because of this lack of opportunity and youth yu bari tamit gisuñ ci seen boppa si réew mi because am na tamit fooy toolu buuba si yenn age gëm naa ne tamit ak nu munti mel tamit am na yenn age yu nga xam ne bugga nga at this lu bon yow nga take over yeneen responsibilities yu nga xam ne maybe sa yaay wala sa papa mu ngi ko amee waaye dañ gisul tamit from the side of the government ñoom ñu nga xam ne tamit ñu ngi leen entrust with our national coffin pour ñoom tamit ñu seet naka la ñu mën a def pour open more opportunities te lu ma yaaga wax la mooy the Ministry of Youth and Sport bu nga xam ne tamit ñoom lañ dénk affaire yi youth si gëm naa ne still now government bi juubum ko war a jox si national budget bi joxuñ ko because soo ko seet compared to other ministry te mu leer la ne réew mu la bu nga xam ne sooy seet the highest constituency is formed by the youths gëm naa ne war nañoo mun a at least am cër bu nga xam ne si budget bi at the end of the day dina mun a tax tamit Ministry of Youth and Sport mun a open more opportunities pour youth si war a mun a toog because tey ñu fee graduate jeexal grade 12 ñuy graduate even from university wala tertiary institution they are finding Gambia very hard pour ñu even secure a job toog les ñu nga xam ne tamit maybe fu ñu ko yaakaaree skills lañ ak ñu nga xam ne amuñ even skills work responsibility government bi la pour mu seet naka la moo taxawee ak ñi waaye suñu waree seet nag ñoom ñuy dem yépp kooko la ca wax bi benn la mooy aw ma fi opportunities te dama gëm ne su ma demee Europe at least lu mu bon maybe naa am lu nga xam ne tamit naa ko mun a yónnee kër soo ñi yëpp soo ko bàyyi xel dañ am jom moo leen yóbbu because leer la ne bàyyi fi sa famille bàyyi sa dëkka dem su nekkoon ne looy uuti yaakaar nga ko ne mu ngi sa dëkka nobody amul kenn kuy bàyyi sa dëkka nga dem waaye dama gëm ne tamit nguur gi war nañoo jël lii ñu xam ne at the end of the day comme ni ñu ko waxee rek the youths are the future of this country waaye soo gisee sa ay ndaw ñi ngay dee through this te lii startul léegi waaye at the end of the day suñ ci beneen serious action bu nga xam ne nguur gi war nañ ko mun a def but at the same time also gëm naa ne our educational curriculum tamit contribute na trop lu tax Gambians yu bari tamit ñu leen di kick out of job because soo ko bàyyi xel teg naa ne right now war nañoo gën a mun a focus on skills moo tax I must recommend or commend the Minister of Higher Education because you said bi tamit lu mu bon mi ngi dimbale many people in this skills work pour ñu seet tamit naka la ñoo contribute towards national development waaye nevertheless daal luy xew ñëpp a ko condemn at party level at Gambian level because tamit at the end of the day these are the people that
moo tax youth si ñu ngee dem
yeah indeed because tamit buuba opportunity su fi amoon digga gomu ma ne anybody tamit di nga fi mun a bàyyi sa dëkka on that risky journey nga bugg a jël yoon bi pour dem because ñuy dem yëpp some of them I know them comme num la dalee noonu la dalee keneen ku nekk te ñu maa wax ni yëpp si ghetto bi lañ toogoon am yenn raba yuñ def some of them ñeneen ñi sa xaalis jàmbur lañ jël on the basis ne bàyyi ma jël xaalisam karta ko ma dem then su ma demee maybe su ma fa nekkee ay maybe few months I'll be able to refund the passing xaalisam at the end of the day nga dem fekk fa se ñeneen ñi seen yaay lañ yaakaar pour ñu sponsoré te lu mu laa jox noonu ñeneen di nga digga ñu agiw ne mënoon naa jël xaalis bi invest ko te ñeneen yëpp xam ne ñeneen ñi suñoo jóg ay 15,000 la ñoo jógee ay $20,000 yi ban investment nga fi mën a def in this country munta am soo da ngay gis ne da ngaa dem ba toolu yoon sax sa own parents ñoom ñooy dem dajale waat at the end of the day yóonee la because at the end of the day Gambia foofu la tool why all this the government should be blamed because they are not taking the steps that we expect from them indeed.
And you surprised that we have not seen any statement after tragedy be boom happening. We have not seen any statement still now from the government, you know, to at least say that am na ñoo xam ne gaañu nañ youths lañ and everything. Still now there is no statement from them.
No, to me sa buba statement bi baaxoon na trop because yu mel ni tamit su amee fu mu jaar ku nekk a génn a jaale wane tamit sa naxar on sa ñaanal leen loolu moom expect nañ ko from every Gambian and every institution especially the government gëm naa ne before keneen di ko doon def ñoom ñoo waroon a njëkk a génn beside loolu tamit expect nañ ñoom tamit ñu génn seet naka la ñu mën a adresser this situation and nu ñu ko mën a adresser mooy ñu make sure ne at this dinañ create meaningful employment yu nga xam ne youth yu nga xam ne ñoom dañ gëm ne gisuñu fi opportunities ñu mun a stay in this country for work for this country because at the end of the day tamit soo ko bàyyeel most of these jobs dafa Gambia tollu na ba fu nga xam ne even investment dafa need pour want to be a millionaire pour nga mun a invest meaningfully wala nga am at least a good amount of money pour nga mun a invest fi because at the end of the day foofu la dëkk bi tollu because loo fi laal dafa seer so yow mu nga xam ne you are just starting something dafay difficult pour nga reach certain level nga war a mun a invest compared to ku nga xam ne mi ngi toog si ay millions so nguur gi fu mu toog foog ñu seet strategies ñoo mun a put on the table ñu make sure ne at least dinañ address this.
So and your party is not different from the government. You don't issue any statement to at least sympathize with the families. Why, as an opposition party? For now, UDP largest, you gain a statement. Why?
Wow, maybe official statement.
Official statement.
Exactly. Maybe from the party level.
Yeah.
While at our own level, PRO.
What do you mean at our own level?
Yes, what I mean is PRO we granting an interview at Teranga FM. Position party be different from the press release.
Yeah, that is.
Man mu nga xamne tamit admin secretary la. Obviously amna ay interviews yu nga xamne tamit jaale na len ci turi parti bi ba pare di party leader tamit gom na ne lu mu wara wax bari na ta recently bokk na ci issues yu nga xamne tamit buga nañ ko discuss in a press conference not only about this even though dina nek on top of the discussion.
So but your party there is no official statement. And send press conference la kagn la mo hol. I think it's more than 2 months now.
No,
you've
press
been preparing for this press conference.
Waroon na am waaye yàlla dafa def ne ñun at this level ni ñu ko bëgg a organiser bëgg nañ the party leader and the secretary general of the party moom si boobu mu nekk ku nga xam ne mooy def the press conference waaye recently gis nañ ne nekkutoon even in this country mi ngi woon Egypt Kenya ak yeneen African countries yi so gannaaw moom tamit toog problème la waaye right now he is in this country bëgg nañoo profité mais before another external engagement di ñëw ñu engage ko at this mu war a face media bi address so many issues yu nga xam ne tamit gom nañ ne am na si cër pour wax ko. Are
you going to issue a statement or comme ni ngeen ko waxee ni okay with it?
No statement bi dina ñëw waaye at the same time tamit dina ko address bu nga xam ne tamit in a press conference la moo
in a press conference. Haji mu ne matola reaction odi about this funding ke olong ba start dawal to be million ke be fakang ngeng back we silol
abarka bage buba karo kuma bakala but first of all lafta kamen golmin ko kanna particular diaspora since kerifa to and other online platforms are the platforms that the diaspora rely on ka bankola kibaro jibe mbenyi opportunity tara pour que congratulate congressol mengi parti to yala ila respective bankol kam wolo min to ko UDP England chapter recently the congress kalem and they have a new chairman elect that is Sedi Lee mbafala ko anala ka fo be min yalon ko le nata in power congratulations and then also the
Sekou Sedili?
Yeah, Sekou Sedili. He's the new chairman of the UK chapter. So, gas chapter for new chairman so thank you to the outgoing chairman for the chamti another team molia do kunyima menke patio and then we said welcome and congratulations to the new chairman menke lalo yaiteti Spain chapter for la congress kale men think that jewolo min ko alu jite for ninkelem which I'm very very happy to see for ninkele na at the helm of affairs. New York chapter me along gole meta chapter beti particular diaspora chapter as far as they are concerned la minsila wole munjela chairman so be ka fodro mbafala be yonko bravo and then anala ka fola mobe mbafala yonko la mala na ke patio en kairote buba to ila nyin karo nyin akuma da bag kado nyimbanko ni ni aji bedi foninko le mbanko nyin kosloti banko nyin ala yakaro mana jikobe yanda ka foninke lelti and we form the majority in this country ko me yalon ko lebe ke kan recently ten ni ko me yalon ko akija faro warta bakale andum kija faro me yalon ko man la nyanta ka modu si UDP we see that it is very very scary the way we are going now be taka nyamena ten banko la foninke jigla tembelar nge kanteng nimma wuli ngalon sim flola atikala banko en kairote whether they lost their lives or they even successfully went to Europe like that but the country is going to be the bigger loser you understand especially mina na trabalo le fana be fo molle fo ken yolla je comme membe ke rinsanten the United Democratic Party ngajelo ko definitely ni manke banko en kairoti especially banko la so masini because these are young people and then the young people of this country are the future of the country so niya kuji me alon ko nyate membe ko menteng definitely is scary wala tunam vindita ngaste mino bondi pour ka solidarity tandi family la men yalon ko len ni ko so nyinto comme honorable nyang ya fanya men na nyim manke patio la mala koti okay nim banko fota mobile fota am naji patio ka so banko kan banko le foto so to so nim banko so to wala na patio ka so to because banko dole ka so to patio so to patio ni nata wol ka kimule do burka mara banko la so men yalon ko nyanta ka marel niaji ka saro ka lawol kan obviously wonyanta ka ke maslam baldi o maslam nyin maje fe membe ke men yalon ko banko membe sidi njebi man sakunda to maje menta simpa me alon ko asi fentalano wola so ngaje lawo kataku bali alu tunana fonninkel jama be jikila tekan o jikila tewni a jarete mbi jisilo ta ni wetuje wala jarete mpuru ya twing bako kanjam sometimes ndika falton ko be gambe right now is just going to be hell for the young people that is leading them to go and throw themselves in the waters better than for them to stay in the water because yaje ndika mfamfa ngata jiyo kola along ko membe ko mo wala wosta so the situation of the country today definitely nama is not islamic nama moment silandi akamunta ko imala membe islande kam so right now situation lack of opportunities me along for ninge ko sur banko kanjang definitely amantraje hana be jefana is minimal and it's not only about employment woman ka damad but meaningfully to earn something in this country and sustain due to the recent way of inflation even those who are employed in government sector they are all going onto this back way because you can mention what they earn and the way they spend it doesn't match together. And obviously ngajile ko men nyim banko nyin is a dependent country nin de do ko la masakunda ko wala me do ko blamento a family we have an extended family system here and obviously that extended family mainly they depend on the person who is working so need to do ko if your earnings are not matching with your expenditure akamen la ko stress oti because be do ko just like free be do ko la kenso la bi sombo takan para mantra fen jandikela wala fen dikela membe dending depenso la karola men si defon la soma hani dingol fon me alon ko be do ko la asida soma da dano so obviously like men nat wala min ko you definitely give up from this country and look at a way me alon ko ise balu masuto
so eta bere mun nyanta kela pour funding kele stage
abe follow kono la nin ko menyanta ka ke wala min ko I have to go to the UDP policies because that's what we have to offer the Gambian people so nina that mentala jiberoto if you come in terms of creating opportunity for young people the first thing we should do is to lay a conducive environment environment me alonko it can attract the private sector and other bigger investors to come to the Gambia, invest big, spend meaningfully, then create something that can be tangible for the people of this country, especially at the younger side, to be attracted and stay here. Among those, sectors be agriculture, you go to fisheries, and other sectors, the skill sector, ibo leli usula, meaningfully. Isaje mol salono ko definitely ninga nyi mecho karanim pareta fembe taralari me yalon ko manjere ntenga tam fam fay bakono la but fembe taralari me yalon ko nsa keno wo kerin ko la nsin balo na family balo nsa keno nyala nyame yalon ko atende fam patandila. One, the second thing is government has a crucial role through our policies. We say that if we are elected government, I'm talking about not my own, but as far as a party is concerned, if you are elected government, we're going to create a scheme. Legislatively, we are going to create a scheme. Even if I drop out from school, you don't think about I will be useless on the street. But you think about let me just go to this certain bank because government has created an opportunity for me to get this amount of loan from the bank without having much interest on that loan so that I can do a particular job. If you are a skillful person, my skill can just attract this amount of money. Then I go to the bank and get that money there without much interest on it, and I can operate my skills and earn a better living. Legislatively comme loi carola député bon carola so na miro ninga woke aba fo ninke la desperation ning ila jikila teoning ila hadumo ning aba talalale it just open an ambition for what? Let me go and be a carpenter because the one that I should do is to train the carpenters because government has already laid money for me at that particular bank. So if I have the skills from the carpentry or the welder man or the electrician, I can go and get myself a loan from the bank and do the job or start my job as a carpenter or as a welder man. That could create another jobs. Until we go, young people should not be, we should not say empower them. We should build them to be job creators, but not to be job seekers. Because the young people of this country, they already have the potentials. They have the ambition. They have the courage. If you see somebody going to the waters, these seas, these dangerous seas, along go marona la hammo lebeji. So hammo nyimpuru ite capitalize, yo hammo use. Amario la potential nying harness no. You have to support that person. It's not about empowering, but support him. How can you support him? There are many avenues. They say government doesn't create jobs. No, I disagree. Government create jobs. How many contracts have been awarded in this country? You build your young people, create an opportunity percentage-wise. From the contract that government is giving, we will give a big chunk of percentage to the young people, created that is there only for the young people. You can form a company. And the company can win a contract from government because it's a youthful company. Yeah, fam. So no what company will be million mendila in dollars. That million will stay in the Gambia here because you already build your people. You already resource them in skills. I understand. The only thing that is left is to give them the avenue. To harness the potentials they have. I understand. Until as a party, this is what we believe. It is not only that we say that government should provide employment. It's not only that government should lay environment, but legislatively, government should be laying strategies. Strategies may along go. Fundingas low no, my politicians they only talk. But if you go through the legislative means, they now saw that this is legal now. I can have this from government. It's not only legal, but it's a policy for government that 70% of government contracts will be awarded to young people. You understand? That's now an assurance. That really, we are not only merely telling that we are supporting you, but we are telling that with evidence, with proofs, with legal means, we have now laid a foundation for you to be supported. So, go through our waters. Before you go and sign agreements with the Europeans, to bring their trawlers on our water, in our waters. Before you go and tell Chinese there, come and pay government, and you will be lancing, then you go to our waters and fish. Before you go and have contract with Senegalese, give them lances. The Senegalese and the European, or let me say, the Chinese and then the Europeans, they know Gambia is a developing country. And they are already a developed country. And they know Gambians are migrating from Gambia to Europe, from Gambia to America, going to China, to do what? To in search of a greener pasture. So if you want to if you want to support those people as a developing country, you should be able to give them the opportunities that you are having. Share it with them. So that the young people that are irregularly migrating from their own country to your country and populating there, they can stay in their countries and a better living. Then you can now create a market between you and them. The trawler that you are coming to only look for a lancing, give them the company, a company here. That's going to be a Gambian company. That Gambian company will fish in the waters with the trawlers that you know that they don't have the powers to purchase. Yeah, fam. That's going to be a sign of supporting them budget-wise. Yeah, fam. So now, if you don't go and fish, you already have like places like, let's say, fishing, cold storages and other stuff. Then the Europeans can come here with quality. They can come and get the big fish, the fishes that they need, and buy it from the Gambian market, then transport it to Europe. This is going to give us a stable way of dealing with the irregular migration. Because now you are bringing the euro or the dollar to flow in the Gambian market, and the young person knows that I'm going in search of euro or dollar in US or in Europe or in Spain or in Germany, but I can stay in Gambia and still earn that money here. You understand? So we believe before there is an exchange of budget support, there must be an exchange of support of materials to our people in the Gambia here. Then we can earn a better living without even thinking that I cannot have it without going to Europe. So this is a two-way system. Sometimes it is the Gambia. Sometimes you go and then look at development partners. What are the policies that people are having with these developing countries or developed countries? I understand. So if you have policies that definitely are detriment to your people, at the end of the day, that trawler will come to the waters of the Gambia. You will have the Gambian local fisherman with his canoe in the waters. Will he be able to get the fish he or she might be able to sell in the market? So you go and then just waste your fuel in the seas, but then you come with empty-handed. 2-3 days, what you will see that the person will start being an agent to transport people to where? To Europe. Because per person can pay him $60,000, $70,000. So if you have 100 out of that, how many people do you have? You have a lot of money. So at the end of the day, what is creating that? Because the person is a fisherman. Yeah, understand. But now he's not having the required money from that fishing industry because the powerful people in the water are overshadowing him in the fishing competition. So now you have discouraged him. What option do you have? Because anyanta ka balule. So balu banyaka mesul sa anyanta ka rajini min dole. My friend, obviously the person will use another. And
I think the other thing is they should even, because you are saying thing. I think a lot of Gambians are in support of this operation that is ongoing. And a lot of people are complaining, okay, that ye bondila plus soltole imandulal soro. And a lot of these people, they are not against it. Mantra support, they are supporting the operation, but their question is mbita mundole. like I interviewed some people me along go funding kill them. Okay? Yes, so ball sort of jele Gambia no lem. So what they did is Gabriela Sopol Boendi, yela fengol sikale ya samba yela bungol le kono sai, ibe bungol le kono. Marceo Nyindo, plastic jebe tarano la dame. Right? There is no food for the family. Dol bijele yela fengol le. So what they are saying is, this is one of the reasons Mingat in the funding letter. I think this operation is ongoing, but it's also more nyanta ajibela side dollar. Abe family meal affect and let the government sign thing. Inyanta solution okela pro at least to come up with a solution pour kaje ko nyilfana $100 soro. Especially they should work with the councils pour kaje ko I think $100 soro. Nyang, what do you think nga fog ne la lañu def to stop this back way?
Yes, Buba, man xamna ne dama ko force mako center on our educational curriculum.
Okay.
Because Buba lu xew moy soko baye xel comme ko suma comrade bi waxe rek dafa am yena jobs yu bari yu nga xamne soko baye xel sa gisuñ ci Gambien ci des nañ ci gis sen bop. Because even suñu yaay yu nga xamne ñoo dem ci geej most of dem dañoo dem nit ki moy amé galam moy napa at the end of the day mu jox leen ta most of dem so leen baye xel ñu ci gëna bari sax ñu nga xamne napakat lañ dëgga soko baye xel most of dem duñ wa fi so di nga gis ne that area su nekkon ne lu nga xamne la maybe future nañ ko in our educational curriculum but whereby on sangas yi lañu center our curriculum on maybe when it comes to fishing when it comes to engineers when it comes to for example architecture wala yenen skills work yu nga xamne dañ gëm ne these are the realities that our people need in order to secure more jobs why legi even soko bay xel demal na ba even bakery food at one point day after July yow gis nga naka leen dee sonné even ci affaire mburu because lu xew moy ñu fa nekk yépp most of them foreigners lañ at the end of the day ñom dañ dem julli so suñu démé julli ñun nga xamné ñoo fi tok ak Gambian da fay nekk problème even pour ñu am meilleur mburu bu ñoo lekk te li yépp dama gëm ne both councils and government lan mo stop at this in every ward ñu war fa am bakery yu nga xamné it's not going to be given to anybody but Gambians ñoko take over because bakery su nekké an individual war na mëna ñu am bena ay 4 to 5 bakery within a region settle a council financial power bu am ak nguur financial power bu am pour mu wara make sure dina invest heavily on that these people they are making too much money out of this bakery well at the end of the day ñun faté nañ li te youth yi campé yépp ko fi tégon nga ne ko pour mu la kamburu ak num simple du ko mën because why ñun suñu nekké ci suñu educational curriculum at the end of the day ñoo jàng sa dang dé gis ne does not match with what our countries really needs nga dem yene ñu nan la droyal ay lizard yene nga dem ngay draw ay jën whilst nit ki waron nañ ko jànga ci ko skills bu nga xam
and you are very right yes. This curriculum I think a lot of things
exactly it's the major problem that we have in this country because man suma bopa right now tek na ne waron nañ doon set naka lañu make sure ne student bi from senior school wala even so possibly from junior ñu engage la you already decide nga what you want to be
exactly
your focus la su nekké mécanique nga bëgg nga nekk mécanique te even so demé even these mechanic shops ñu nga xamné dañ gomné at this ay machine lañu sété wala dañ gomné those are the ones that we trust at the end of the day most of them so ko sété the same they are not Gambians
that is right
tay ministre motom bu yahu pour mu yobu ko ci ordinary Gambian bi dafa feel ni ki xamu dara at the end of the day ko deny Gambian nga yobu ko fenen because problem bi moy suñ educational curriculum bi because at the end of the day nit ki dang ko janga ci lu mo even graduate at the end of the day dafa fekk nit lo just demal ci UTG students yu ron yeb di dem def lo man mënuma afford lawyer yow mënulo afford lawyer the same goes to another person because country buñ nekk yow yaange battle what you are going to feed your family with
exactly
at the end of the day yow nga jangal lo kan na family bobu di mëna hire lawyer how many families fi ñofi am lawyer
that is right
so gisé journalism tamit is the same even though it's very important because at the end of the day message bu ñoo soxla dañ ko joxe waye tek na ne luñ gëna focus luñ warona gëna focus moy nañ sét naka lañu mëna issue skills bu nga xamné dinañ ko duggal ci suñ système on all areas when it comes to fishing ñu xamné youth su nga xamné they will be prepared and these people dinañ leen prepare ta suñ paré sen gal dina taxaw ta sen gal bi mën nañ leen ko jox on subvention yow ngay liggéey di fay lolu benen ñoo now against 5 years imaginal Gambian bu nekk ñu nekk on that sector ku nekk ñaata gal ngay mëna mom ba paré ñi yépp at the end of the day suñ momé gal bi fi la mo dëkka waye country bi luñ nekk di gëna promote moy what we call fly capital because at the end of the day foreigner bo fi isi joko suñ yoon pour mu construct at the end of the day koku su ko construct nala leer ne 10% luñ ko fay mo fay dess ta 10% bobu moy fum dëkka lu mo fay ak lu mo ciop lu dese fu moo xelaat mooy bàyyi ma yóbbu ko suma dëkk loolu mu nekk a major problem bu nga xam ne suñu educational curriculum bi war nañ ko address right now because even so damal UTG ay political science ngay jàng ay development studies that these are the major things that this continue
Indeed, exactly. Actually, the problem with that is ñun suñ youth si bari the problem is you will go to school am nga parents yoo xam ne they are not even xamuñ saa yow lan nga bëgg as a child okay you going to school waaye xamuñ yow lan nga bëgg a nekk as a child that is the difference that we have
no mun nañu am that different waaye the problem is xam nga yow dafa am level boo dee toll
I understand
nga mun a nekk a guidance to a kid is because of that
that is right
yes it's because of that because lu xew mooy yow mun ngaa dem ak nit ki yow maybe kii family bu mu jógee it's more of a privileged family than yow foo jógee maybe kii after su fa pare opportunities bu ñu ko mun a create not because ne dafa am advantage academic advantage over you no why because of financial power waaye léegi lu ñu war a concentrate dëkk bu nga xam ne yow leen na majority ñu fa nekk they are from poor families dëkk boobu moo war a pare pour prepare te yeneen noo ko dee mun a defee mooy da ngaa create incentive for example tey dem nañ ba nga xam ne maybe youth su bari bëgg ñoo dugga in fisin defal 100% scholarship xale bi na jàng nga koo fay
nga jox leen ay gaal
most of them noonu ngaa toog di drag seen attention at the end of the day dañoo feel ne yes I must be there even su nekkee at the point bu ñu faa join dañ faa join because of loo leen di jox waaye suñ magee at the end of the day faa fekk yow xam nga what you need for this country which is very important then right education suñ leen ko joxee loolu dinañu dimbale first second let's also create economic opportunity for them because koo jàngal tamit foog nga won ko fu moo nappee mooy fu nga xam ne foofu la war a dem pour daanee dooleem te lii is important am nuñ ko starté mooy tey government bi war naa bàyyi di seet ministry of youth as a baby ministry because tey amut ministry bu nga xam ne gën na ko important
wala ñu separate leen sax
separation
ministry of youth am ministry of sports
dafa war a am because lu xew mooy sport buuba ku la ko wax si aduna bi dafa la is expensive du benn stadium lañ fi am ndax mun nañ ko mel
non amuñ stadium lii ne ko stadium we don't have stadium
so benn buñ jot a am because of xaalis moo tax mënut a àgg standard bu nga xam ne mun nañ fee place
loolu moo tax nekkaangut stadium because it's not up to standard so we don't have as right now amuñ because
so imagine loolu
it's not up to standard
imagine loolu yow sport nu mu expensive nga dem boole ko with another sector bu nga xam ne is so much very important to the future of this country mu youth because it is part of the mandate of the Ministry of Youth and Sport pour mu create opportunities for the youth waaye yow su nekkee duñ laa jox even pour nga maintain your own ministry is a problem toog les kañ ngay mun a create employment bu nga xam ne soxla nañ ko ba pare comme foog ñu attract investors yu nga xam ne su ñoo ñëw dañ leen di guarantee with the guarantee ne this project is centered on youth and gannaaw dañ ko centered on youth su nga xam ne ñëw nañ pour ñu file seen application si foog ñu try ñu dooleel leen ñu make sure ne these are the Gambian people yu nga xam ne dinañ leen jox priorities and priorities boobu nag suñu leen ko joxee with the economic support daf leen di dimbale.
I think this is more because soo xoolee the ministry itself youth and sports luñ dee allocatal guy even GFF mun na koo use within 3 months.
I'm telling you,
it's less than 200 million. I'm serious. You know, in the budget, it's less than 200. So you have other ministries you have, they are getting 800 million.
Exactly.
900 million.
Office of the President, Buba. We can use that one as a very good example. The government, they are telling us that the Office of the President
said the youth
is even more important than the Ministry of Youth. When the youth form the highest constituency in this country, then do we believe in them? No. That is the answer. At the end of the day, when politics come, we are going after the youths and the women. But these are the most backwarded people in this country.
All right.
So in order for us to address this, nguur gi am na si responsibility, councils tamit am na responsibility.
Yeah.
Because ñoom ñaar. Why what we have right now in this country, our major challenge is relationship bu nga xam ne exists between the councils and the central government.
Politics wa.
Because of political reason. Because so bàyyi xel even this demolition. Loolu moo ko cause. te loo wax mooy soo ko seetee maire yu nga xam ne ñoo fa nekk most of them ñoo nekk di support this ongoing tourland.
Yeah. loolu lañ ma wax sax
no they are the one that are supporting it. Because soo nekkee si système bi di nga gis ne even when you call for PTA meeting maire yi suñ ñëwee some of them suñ narraté seen story wala lu ñoo liif buba yow sa boppa sa yaram mooy daw. Because for the simple reason kii dafa am lu ndaw lu nga xam ne ëllëg xale bi la yaakaar waaye xale boobu nag lu xew nguur gi prepare wut ko pour xale bi ëllëg pour mu contribute towards the development of this country. Because da nga graduate with grade 12 for example maybe subjects yoo am so su nekkee ne for example literature nga am. At the end of the day, imagine what impact la literature war a mun a def with our current problems in this country.
Yeah.
So if you print a book, how many people are going to buy it? How many people are ready to read? So these are the problems in So for you, what is the reality on the ground? You make sure it will match with our educational system. Once you America Buba is going to be a solution to you make sure at this youth see. Even because back we go money at my own level, didn't come eradicate completely.
But
right now,
it will be difficult.
Exactly.
Yeah, it will be
difficult.
Come no way,
because
I'm not being a mere interview for no. Mere we wear no and she's a widow. Jekaram dafa gañu mu ngi ci sob bo xamne dafa teda despite ne dafa febar mu ngi ci biir sob bi fofu nonu mom mo de support family am bi right lum de jaay ci sob bi la de support so right now dañ ko mu gëna ci sob bi fofu la de dundale njabotam amna xale yo xamne amna gaay fofu la de fayele gaay school so legi for example okay koku su gëné ci sob bobu nonu xale yoy nonu ñu fa ñu dem be ñu am ay some years hala xame gis mayor bi situation bu mu nekka you know munuñ ko provider what do you think they were going to do?
No, at the end of the day
they will go
and some of them
ñu dee sax moo leen gënal ñu stay like that ne ñu gis nga mayor bi in that situation and I think that is forcing a lot of people to leave this country.
Yes.
Yeah. It is forcing a lot of people. But Haji, munam the way forward for this? Janim bita na topic dot.
The way forward, come on, honorable Afanyamen. You first have to deal with the educational curriculum.
Yeah.
In the sense that what we learn from schools should definitely match with issues that are affecting us. You go to school, all what you can do is to keep drawing lizards, crocodiles. You understand? Yes, it's good. Art is always good. But how practically can we even put those things into realities? This is what this country is lacking. And I mean, it has to start with our primary system, not only even at the senior level, but you have to nurture the child, make him believe in herself or himself, give him the self-esteem, young fam, develop the person at a younger level. Isaje amario ni membe menna, asike amario in so manafati. By the time you are at grade 7 or grade 8, you've been able to determine, me, I am competent in this particular sector and I'll be able to do this thing for my life as a career. I understand. But Gambia jam mausoto. You'll see somebody me along if I graduate. Amalum fonga be menkel hansani. I tafa university life damuta. Amalum fa yet still ndenya ntaka mune fonga. Amalum hansani. He was sika no doesn't know. So nilaf taka wo dundina na dinun la sono mokolla. Fonsa damuta mecho nyinga karaning at a early stage. You don't only go to school to be focused on literature. You don't only go to school to be focused on mathematics. You don't only go to school to be focused on science. You understand? But you go to school to be able to get something that can match with science. To be able to train something that can match with literature. You understand? By the time you finish your grade 12, even before you are going to university, you already have a specialized area. University already. And that's what brings me up to now to the UDP policies. Into early educational system and also to a university level. That brings us to this spot. Those at the grassroots level only. But we should be able to learn it in our university. University should not only be a mere university of political science and other stuff like that, but it should be a university of all, especially with our current situation. You understand? He talked about youth and sport. You understand? I always saw them as a ministry, like a ceremonial ministry. Well, they are always ceremonial. A budget of 190, 130, 140. What can that do to youth? It's not about the Ministry of Youth and Sport. The problem lies with the Ministry of Trade, Employment and Regional Integration.
Okay.
Because the Ministry of Youth and Sport doesn't even have the capacity. You see, all these projects and other projects that came, they don't come to the Ministry of Youth and Sport. They are managed by the Ministry of Trade, Employment and Regional Integration. Simply because the Ministry of Youth and Sport doesn't have the capacity. They don't have the required knowledge. They don't have the human resources there. So merely, they are having a budget only to pay staffs. But they are not having a budget to run the affairs of the youth. I don't know whether people are studying that in the system. Ministry of Youth and Sport, they are not having a budget to deal with the affairs of the youth. They only have a budget to pay their staff and their offices and equipment. All these things you had, when the donor partners are bringing, they will partner with the Ministry of Trade, Employment and Regional Integration. So that ministry, what are they creating? What kind of environment the Ministry of Trade, Regional Integration and Employment, what have they laid before our young people here? We had one of their permanent secretary or director, I don't know what, director of what. He said it clearly that they are not there to create any employment. Government doesn't create employment. That's false. Government create employment because the environment that government is laying through those ministries, it is what is attracting employment to be created in this country here. So if you don't lay the environment, means that you are not ready to create an employment. So the ministries are there only to pay people who are employed by those ministries, but they are not there to provide solutions to the people who should benefit from those ministries. So until and unless from the education, the resources that we have, and other important sectors to be practically, politically will political this country cannot tackle with back way. Yes, irregular migration, one cannot stop it totally. You understand? But definitely it can be minimized.
To a lower level.
We can mitigate the negative impact of it.
Okay.
You understand? But in order for it desperate, it lose the hope. You cannot deal with its consequences. And the consequences to go, people will prefer to die in the waters. But meaningful solution, people will still migrate irregularly. But there will be calculations that before I go and throw myself in the waters, I still have this opportunity here. So amaro bani hakilo le tamandila. Duman for I think that is the bigger ambition. Salary of $2,000, salary of $3,000. Asta but at in a hesitation, in a desperation. So right now the country, because of those lack of opportunities being created in the country here, each and every youth you met on the streets or even at their workplaces, they are desperate. I supported the demolition. I'm not supporting it because it is easy to support, no. But I support it based on many reasons. I understand. But people who are responsible to execute this demolition activity in town, definitely they are not sympathetic. You understand? They don't have any empathy. And government, at the first place, they just get up and do this demolition without even looking at its advantages. You talk about youth forming the majority in this country here. Along with demolition is affecting those youthful population.
Yeah, they are.
And I can tell you, I heard it from a senior police officer. They faced people and they wanted to demolish their structures. When the young people wanted to raise their concern, he told them, go to the waters and die in the backway. This was the response. What are you telling them? Instead of you just try to psychologically try to remedy a situation that might be giving the country a nightmare, you are even giving them more stress.
Oh no, that is.
You understand? Ikatalo moye kafa yonko ni meta da banjule metete. Ite meta nyawa nyaito ko 1984 bar banjule metete. My brother banjule ma mewo marioti. But those are all kind of a lack of empathy. Because if you see banjule is created by people. You understand?
Yeah.
Ikaw mo minita manko marioti bar o maro bota mintolo. Jumale nata banjule jumale o maro wulu. That person is older than Banjul. Because Banjul doesn't come from the sky and fall.
No.
You understand? Banjul is found by people. And who are those people? Those are the Gambian people. Whether it's a newly born baby, he is older than Banjul. Because he might come from a family. So the family near roots connect. A security officer responsible. You don't go and face people and tell them that while you know that definitely I am touching a heart of somebody who is now definitely being helpless. You should be able to handle the emotions he or she is having. You understand? So it is further leading to why one, we have to deal with our education system seriously. We need serious reform. When we come, we will totally revamp the educational system. We revamped it and started from scratch. Now, bring it to the current, up to date, current issues. Also for our vital sector, that is agriculture, to be empowered. It is not everyone who can be educated. But you see, agriculture is providing 70% of our employment in the Gambia here. You understand? So that sector must be fully equipped and empowered by government.
A lot of projects.
Of course, a lot of projects are coming. But they only falsely create names and use what? Self-enrichment. Because you say first day but they are all working towards one project. But we'll be their own incentives. For who? People who are in there. So agriculture should come with incentives. Pour que funding attract no. Let's say jang Gambia san lefta ka tubanyo se. But man sekunda dunga longo tubanyo ni lefta ka poltreke, tubanyo contribute a lot. Sa man sekunda ndaka moneke, they should put an incentive me along kasi funding attract no pour yeta tubanyo seno keno. But instead they do that, they are even selling more of our reserve lands. Instead they do that, they are even trying to resell fertilizer to farmers. Instead they do that, they are even taking tractors from farmers and giving them donkeys. You understand? So agriculture should always come with incentives. And those incentives will be able to lay you a foundation or an environment that can attract people to commercialize agriculture. So niya commercialize baje lako mune ka kutumo wala don fambanna ndo kanal because ntebe dogo kelam fanyenne mo le dogo ke mbulla mo do fana dogo ko bulla mo so akakele mo stress ko talal. So la ndel ko 10% of our annual budget. We are not going to rely on development partners, development partners. But we say that our own budget, we should create like a certain amount of money that can bring a lot of money into that sector, which we can use as an incentive to attract people to get into that sector. Right. So that includes 10% annually. So now currently the current budget there, it will take almost over $4 billion. So ninga make a $4 billion ke budget to every day agriculture dama. What do you think within 5 or 6 years we can achieve all of that
in agriculture? That's a huge amount.
That's going to be huge. You understand? So these are the certain issues, certain things government should start thinking of. It's not impossible. It's possible. If we can keep increasing our tax every day, you understand? If you can start seeing a bag of rice from $1,500 to $2,000 every day, we should also know that we can also create a very, very, very attractive budget for our agricultural sector, for people to be venture in the sector. Move forward.
So that will take us straight na second topic. While we are discussing ñoo xamne ñu ngi désengage be youth yoo xamne ñu ngi désengage. Now we've seen at the National Assembly guys ñu ngi yóbbu former president's bill. In fact, not only Yobuko, but on the urgency, you know. Certificate of urgency I don't know why is it urgency. Because we have the draft constitution there. Wahamne is not yet back at the National Assembly. But we've seen this bill being taken on the certificate of urgency, and now it has been passed. The only thing that is changed in that bill is the president's salary is now reduced to 80%. They've reduced 20%. But anything in that bill, it has been passed like that. What is your reaction to reaction silol?
Yes, Buba, any elected individual ñepp xam nañ ne mom dina am privileges yu nga xamne dina ko enjoy.
Yeah.
Why bahna tamit always lu ñoo def rek ñu consider si in our economy.
Yeah.
And the majority of the Gambians see lan lañ leen subject to. And we all understand we are living in a very hard country.
Yeah.
Whereby even 3 meal right now ñu bari ñu ko batul. So gom na ne tamit in as much as being a former president dafa am yena yu nga xamne man suma la ci gisee sax maybe duma ne because irrespective whether dama la doon oppose wala I was in with you. So am na yu fa nekk yu nga xamne tamit d'accord naa ko mu am yu fa nekk yu nga xamne man suma boppa supportuma ko. Because even su nekkee 20% buñ fa génné noonu man I protest against that. Because that is too high still now. Because from 20% buñ fa deduct compared to you are not in office. Nga set ko with the ordinary Gambians.
Yeah.
And yow ñu ngi la fay and state bi is taking care of you everything. So gom naa ne even lu bon ñoom lu ñoo jéema jaay wala lu ñoo jéema guide mooy whilst we are working ñu try pour invest. So social security soo ko isee pour pensioning mooy pour nga save life after retirement. So suñ ko gisee tamit from the president ñu war faa génne ay 20% from loolu man suma boppa still now dama believe ne not much has been done on that. So when it comes to maybe yeneen yu nga xam ne mu ngi fa in terms of security loolu which I quite agree. Wow, because tamit lu mu bon soo fi nekkoon président just a day sax dina am ñeneen ñu nga xam ne tamit one way or the other affect nga seen life wala one way or the other am na noo leen amee that misunderstanding. So security yooyu moom should be a concern. Ba pare first lady ñun Gambians our contract is with the president. Our contract is not with the first lady. And this should be made very clear. Su nekkee ne elected official contract bi dafa war a nekk ak moom ak jabaram. Then ñun loolu suñ buggee work on that. Where are our MPs? Where are our councillors? Where are the mayors? So dama gom ne life after presidency should have nothing to do with the first lady. loolu moom dañ ko fa war a génne at all because I cannot agree on that. kii leen jëloon contract moom la rek moom moo ñu doon sax.
No, this time it's not even only the first.
Yes.
You know, jabarami yeb la.
Yes. Now sa is pluralized.
Yes.
In case am nga ta ñaar la ku fi nekk ñaar la am. keneen kuy ñëw nobody knows. Des na si moom. because su nekkee ne lii mu ngi fi. at the end of the day dina ko even attract pour mu
am diplomatic pass for life.
Exactly. Diplomatic pass for life. Man suma boppa agree naa ko pour président bi. To be frank. For the president. ba pare pour mu mun a am medical attention in case su nekkee mënuñ ko fee faj. agree naa ko because position bu mu saaf was the highest position during his time. yéenay war na ko mun a enjoy. waaye yii dafa nekk yu nga xam ne man suma boppa maybe su ma nekkoon ci position bi. even su nekkee ne certain things yu nga xam ne comme lu justice minister bi wax ne different bi rek mooy from pension to allowance comme nu mu ko waxee yeneen yu fa nekkoon yëpp dafa des waaye even though su nekkee ne Jammeh ko fi bàyyi Jammeh du lu mu fi bàyyi moo baax waaye du lu mu fi bàyyi tamit moo bon soo gisee ne ñun ñu taxawoon di wax ne constitution bi was made for Jammeh because dañ believe ne certain things were featured in the constitution lu nga xam ne is not serving to the interest of the people because moom la moo saaf waaye su nekkee ne yow soo toogee luwaa yu Jammeh di doon use the same luwaa yooyu tamit yaa ngi ko enjoy nga faate what you fought for yesterday at the end of the day who are we are losing our credibility because ñun ñëpp dañ dee vote for change waaye dama gëm ne to be frank Gambia tollu na fu nga xam ne waroon nañ ko gën a mun a reconsider even though tamit suñ la élégué office like the president lu mu bon war nga am yenn privilege waaye nañ consider tamit the ordinary Gambians and right now how many presidents because Jammeh former president yàlla def na Saa Dawda moom dem na already so Barrow mi ngay ñëw te Barrow dina fi jógee kenn dina ñëw at one point tamit dinañ am more former presidents yu nga xam ne tamit state bi ñooy take charge on everything and loolu tamit nañ seet expenditure bi naka la moo mel to our annual budget so lii yëpp waroon naa nekk lu nga xam ne MPC war nañ ko doon factor so at this ñu seet ko ba pare justice minister bi dégg naa mu wax ba mu ne Jammeh is not included.
mu ne Jammeh is not included.
Exactly loolu teg naa ne wartoon na nekk waxam because even soo waree use TRRC bi is not a court TRRC bi mënut a tëj kenn. TRRC bi recommendation la def. so des na si nguur gi pour ñu prosecute ko. and nga prosecute nit ki doesn't mean ne he is guilty. so man dama xamut fan la taxaw ba mu wax loolu.
loolu la wax mu ne anyway Jammeh bokkul loolu la wax foofu noonu waaye soo xoolee bill bi I think a lot of people are not in support of it because of the nature. most ñu bari yoo xam ne okay what you're saying is former president warna other things you have their privileges because at least he was a president but they are not happy with one jabarami nyung for two and also why are we paying you salary and you are not even working
exactly
because
but mun lo ko nangul di ordinary Gambian setal ticket bi ñaata la mo receive
and then them leave every year you choose any country that you want we're going to provide you
that's another point bu nga xamne nanguma ko bobu nanguma ko because sama gëm ne yow so joge ba ya buga dem sa own personal trip li nekut ne state bala yoni ya buga dem sa leave des na si yow as a former president why should we take charge of it why should we finance that is wrong su nekk ya buga demal sa bop genel sa from sa own pocket nga dem diplomatic passport moom war nañ la ko mën a produce because yow tamit while you are outside bugga nañ respect bi nekka fa because bugguñ suñ former president tamit mu dem yi live yena life outside why should we sponsor your annual leave to any country of your choice there is nobody ku mën a estimate ñaata la fa spend su ko neexee mu dem the most expensive state to live for at the end of the day it's going to be on us so looking at our economic reality on the ground moo tax ñu si d'accord yëpp it's not ne énewuñ ko because tey maybe su nekkee GDC wax na si ëllëg Kandeh mun naa nekk président su dee UDP wax na si ëllëg Ousseynou mun naa nekk président but fu ñoo gisee mooy in the long run because dëkk tamit tey bul toog rek xelaat ne Barrow la xelaatal ci kanam next 25 years 50 years naka la moo mel suñ économie but most of them they were not thinking in this line because su demee ba sa vote sa vote depends on what the president wants sa vote depends on the alliance then that means you lost your consent as National Assembly member.
So your party is not talking about this bill. Why?
No, Buba. Our party didn't waxtane yep. Hamga right now, luñ waxtane
bari. These urgent things you should at least issue a statement and you should say something. People should know whether you are in support of it or not.
No, Buba. Molem lu nga xamne pour interest de kabila. Ta mu nekk e burning issue. Wax nañ ci and dinañ ci waxaat. Comme noko waxee this issue amul issue bu nga xam ne dañ fi am tamit duñ ci def dara because GDC is a very big stakeholder in the Gambian politics. So yëpp dañ gëm ne is mandated on us pour ñun ñu serve as watchdog to this government So motor issues yoy wax ni yep, we are going to address it and it is going to be done. And the soonest time possible.
So are you in support of UDP's and MP ak doy ñom dañ boycott the sitting?
Wa xam nga MPs yoyu sax soko baye hel nit yang len di correction. Do they have the moral ground even to do that? Because recently luñ fi yuhu du affaire moto
Prado yi
du Prado yi léegi at the end of the day yow yaa ngi yuhu ci Prado yi ba pare yow looy bañal président bi yow sa boppa loolu nga taxaw ba pare majority of the Gambian bañoon ko ñu ne bañ MP bi pour am moto waaye mënoon nga am even moto bu nga xam ne koo su loolu did any one of them listen to you?
No.
None of them.
They didn't.
ñoom ñëpp dañ jël Prado yi di ko dawal di dem seen yoon and Prado yi is costing us. Imagine how many 50, I think it's 58.
Yeah.
58 MPs. Legi 58 MPs. Imagine nga times ko with that amount. Ñun Gambians from our taxpayers money amount bu ñoo fay. So moo tax mboolem lu ñoo mun a def nañ make sure ne suñ concern mu guide ñu si. So that ñu mun a am di moral ground am lu ñoo mun a criticize. So gisoon Halifa su fa nekkoon most of the time su waxee Gambien si pare pour déglu ko dafa fekk ne nit ki dafa am ground. Because man tey mënuloo digle nit ki sangu ba pare yow setuloo because tey MP yëpp soo gisee ñu bari ñoom ñu doon boycott ñu bari nanguñ leen di déglu ñu bari gom ne ñii amuñ di moral ground pour criticize this bill is because lu xew and that is it. So moo tax ñoom seen boppa lii war naa nekk lesson gannaaw ñoom make nañ a mistake already it's never too late tamit ñu try seet at least yeneen ni su waree ñëw in the future ñu consider tamit élection ñu buggee taxaw hold the executive to account ñun nañ def lu nga xam ne tamit at the end of the day dinañ am the majority support from those ñu elect. Okay. While most of them are very disappointed from the constituencies with the way the MPs are. Okay, all right. Haji,
let me tell a reaction about this former president's bill.
Former president bill, before the bill even went to the parliament. Okay. On the 29th, I talked about it, and then even on the first, the day that they start over it, or they start the session. I release an audio on it. Yeah. The former president's bill is a disgrace. It's a disgrace and then it's a legislative robbery of the taxpayers. Kodina bankola economy la situation oji baby. Comme honorable Nyang ya fanyamen. Mobuka balam bunya ya di mola me alonko ole trate at the highest office. Kela banko samba watu mena beje. Naji daje purka bunya meli alonko ole nyanta mote bala naola. Wala na ben Saadada, the former president Alamala Yam Fakama, bring former president Jamea Nim Bilo Ninati 2006. I don't think anybody criticized it because it was worthy. Yeah. I understand. And it definitely matched then the economic situation of the country. And then I will match it. It was not over exaggerated. And koteke mafana tafana koteke on an intention member kala komen definitely banku dunlu hanata banku buja be kala amaki wotana la kobe and akela le joska mo bunya me alon kay banko sa for a long period and I suffer legitimately. You understand? That bill was there existing from 2006 2007 to date abijel yalla mo former president do fana be jo botaje mo ne majo e mo na fangala. That tells you that definitely this former president bill is not for like we said the current former president among the wotati. It is meant for maybe future former presidents. Maybe it is meant for those people. So ndela argument get if it is meant for the future former presidents and we don't have a former president yet, what is the necessary step to bring it on the certificate of urgency to deny the parliamentarians the ability or the time to give the certificate its due so that there can be justice done to Gambian people? Because it is not going to be funded by an individual. It's going to be funded through taxpayers' money. So there's nothing urgent in that aspect. Why would they bring it under that certificate of urgency if there's no ulterior motive from the mover of that bid? Concerned. You understand? The other things coming, the financial arrangements, incentives, it is based on greedy or nada. But it doesn't match the current economic situation of our country. If you said like it was like 100%, brought to 80%. Yeah. But that 80% is only on the basic salary. Yeah. You understand? It doesn't include the allowances, the gratuities, it doesn't include those ones. You are telling me that 6 months of that gross salary which is over $500,000 per month. You understand that the current president is earning. We don't even know because every budget they increase salaries. So we don't know the next budget whether it will be increased or not. But over $500,000. Let's calculate 6 months completely in a bulk. Hand it over to that particular president, who's now called a former president, to transit between presidency to now being life after presidency. 6 months, I mean. This is different from a monthly salary. That is equivalent to now 80% of the salary he is earning. Then you make boba. Ibalo na coming for comment like now they are using the legislature to rob taxpayers, the poor taxpayers. You understand? When we say that they are corrupt, now they are running out from corruption and bringing it through legislative means so that they can say it is the law that says. But we all know that this is a robbery because it doesn't match our current situation. So I know manyoje. Ntenga nyamene political ba koma killing fula pour que bankuno distract, especially at the opposition side who are critical to the government. Ka will distract ida mal kungo senyola mansakuna succeed in what they are doing. My analysis is what this gave me. Because now Nico former president, not political Nico former president, who are they going to call? It's Jammeh. So Ibajala, those who supported Jammeh will say that anybody who said no to this means that you are saying a no to Jammeh's opportunity. And if you say Jammeh's opportunity, if they were seeing Barrow has a problem, now they will be distracted and see you has a problem. So it's a self-perpetuating bill. It's not a bill that is meant for any former president. But it's a bill that is to confuse citizens, to perpetuate the person who is in power for the 2026 presidential election that is coming. This is my view on it. You understand? Because truly, the intention is to give the privilege to the former president. Jammeh should have been getting a privilege from the bill that is existing before even amendment. You understand? So the amendment can come that we all knew that yes, Jammeh is benefiting, but now there are amendments so that we can give him a bigger privilege. But Roman he's not benefiting from anything. In fact, the Minister of Justice, the Attorney General, stood in the parliament, you understand, be a jury, saying that Jammeh is battling with the law. Somebody whose fate is not yet determined. You understand? You said he is battling with the law. So that deprived him from the right of a privilege to benefit from a former president's bill or law or privilege that is accorded to him. You understand? And we know that, I'm not a lawyer, but the innocence, as far as we are concerned, we know that to be assumed you are guilty, it has to be proven by a competent court of law. Yeah. You understand? So yes, TRRC made revelations against Jammeh. Yes, TRRC bring a lot of allegations against Jammeh. Witnesses testify not in favor of Jammeh, and the government's white paper accepted those recommendations that they are going to do it. You understand? But yes, still, we all know Jammeh have an opportunity because maybe he'll be taken to a court. So if he's not proven before that court of law, can we say he's not going to benefit from this? You understand? I'm not a fan of Jammeh. I'm never a fan of Jammeh. But I'm telling you the deceptive nature of that bill to confuse citizens in the Malcolm class. It will succeed. That's the essence of the bill. It's a bill of reconciliation between APRC Noto Alliance to APRC Fabakato Monjata and the NPP. To bring a brouhaha between the UDP or the GDC and then the Noto Alliance and people who are loyal to Jammeh.
The Alliance voted for it, but after some of them said they regretted.
Yeah, they never regretted. They knew. Hey, my friend, we have common sense. They knew.
The minister said ko Jammeh that year after the voting.
The person who reacted in that Almami, I know Almami knew it very well that Jammeh is not going to benefit from this.
They
are very intelligent than me who is speaking here. They knew Jammeh is not benefiting from this. But what I'm telling you, there are tactics. But the minister revealed it publicly by mistake because he said that he shouldn't have revealed that there. That means that there were advices that don't mention Jammeh directly. So you see how he was interjected by the speaker. Yeah. That's not your area. You should not talk about that one.
Yeah,
you understand? So that
made it very clear.
Yeah, you should not talk about it. It's not your area.
Yeah,
that's not your area. And you are even confusing people. This can create confusion between names here. So that tells you that the motive behind that bill is not for a bill for a former president. It's a bill to play a political game between the political players. You understand? For a simple person. Today, Jammeh is not I'm going to tell that here on record. Jammeh is not my problem. I did everything possible when Jammeh was my problem and he is voted out. He's no more in this country. The person I voted in for, he was against Jammeh based on principles then. You understand? I believe. Based on principles. Yeah. The person I voted for, has established commissions here under the powers given to him by citizens in 2016. Those commissions have did their job. The recommendations were accepted by his government. You understand? So that person cannot bring my head to class with somebody who I defeated in 2016. If you are not having the political will to do the right thing, you cannot distract me from seeing the realities and going to battle with somebody who is already been defeated. And that's why when I saw people still blaming Jammeh, I laugh at you. Because you don't know the reality of the political game that's been played by somebody who I believe is political non-entity. You understand? Baro, in 2016. Baro campaign 2016, ako Jammeh ay mol fale. A campaign 2016, ako Jammeh ay mol ako sunyale. A campaign 2016, ako Baro ay mol la konsono buchale more than 50 times. A campaign 2016, ako Baro ako political opponent ake soron stara mangi tonyade. Ako Jammeh ka mol soron mangi tonyade. Jammeh ka banku diol wuday nile. Jammeh ma loi bunya. Jammeh be jel pour ka banku diol ka wole blanyola. Jammeh mo pour tribal soldi. Baro said all these things. Hey, if I see be working la kafa Jammeh na barakantele use as a tool to climb on me, am I an No. I'm not going to allow that. Jammeh is not in the helm of affairs today. As the minister says, he is battling with allegations. And who considered those commissions and then those committees? It is the president today. So you cannot be like with the thieves and then you are with the owners. Abuka move no. So that bill there, take care. Molka memfoka baroka jile 2026 is not true. Molka memfoka baro abenyinge ka puru Jammeh it's not true. Baroben kika na puro ayafan sanka bang politician blanyola at the opposition side. In the Male class, I succeed and the problem of this country continue. So the bill is all about that.
Thank you. So from there, I'm be line only straight. On the 2035488. Milba jibe kan through YouTube la. Mba fola altente ka subscribe na YouTube channel kutoto. Milba jibe kan Facebook fana al subscribe no of course na Facebook al style fana sen kerfatu of course obe mol mako ela bakele style ala sen kerfatu 2035488 wala number nyinti ni be Gambia jang isi call keno direct on 2035488 so ni be Gambia bantala isi kumandiro keno on the plus 220 2035488 plus 220 2035488 plus 2202035 so walem number to me okay exactly so technician only yake screen o nyimbalale albe number nyinjela screen o nyimbala technician only yake jele so plus 2202035 walem number nyinte so let's ga GB whether we can have our first caller on the yes. Momo call kerek. Let's see. Anima me line out back and then because we spend a lot of time. So those are the numbers. Me along be commanderol talaje. Be commanderol talaje. Okay. Let's see. Alright. I'll be of course I'm carefully GB kang. Alla Politic Kaacha program o min kanale talata ninyo wato sita ando official le nyim program o fasa ka sembentu yandi to le blodon nyim program o ko ba fala mo be ko thank you so much mila lon ko e ba GB kang ala baraka bake so we are having a network problem okay so okay call us only start I thought we here hello
hi Buba
Inimbara
I'm just from Yahya I'm calling from Germany
from Germany okay
last time I called Kejambela Molbe Conton you know the two brilliant young people young men, sorry. Mbafle kombe kondo nambe jaila. Ibe banku doku wamena sako Haji atenga to follow back, you know. Kekendo le mati. But na dia moment ha jam fala malafa ka mem for drone Haji damen to mira kriye nyim bilo nati drone dafa namba follow kanne. Banku kano la ko kama but nde mem for wala mol kana worry. Gambia nol kana worry. Iko mbilo ka mbilo na da ibule ya nati nang. Bilo yalo nana da munebe kala buba. Abinala nara ko ya nati barole wale ya nati fengo felle omari men mansa men nati ji hanna akada mo jumaldi no ba bilo terminate la le no we make a new bill so nara na fale mo kana wori wala gambianol kana wori wala no mbal be tan nambal jeyla alma wularo kairo siala jeya ala baraka haji thank you
baraka bake thank you
thank you so much baraka bake ga tentu ka je bake ala kumandrola thank you so much yeah, of course you can. Yeah, I think we're having some problems. I don't know why. Buba, the lines are open. I would like to contribute from the diaspora. Yeah, of course you can call. You can call. Hello.
Hello, assalamu alaikum Buba.
Alaikum salam.
Okay, Ntale Ebrima Nyang from Switzerland. Bile panel sur kontona.
Okay, baby, my then.
Okay then. Diamo kana sia time to get after me for a big disappointment and then a big shame on the president Brian Kala legacy. The former president Bill Smith. This will not be borrowed from another Amanya came in a part of our legacy. Frankly, Haji Mimbe for a column in the program of Trump of Jayeta because Gambia would be near I analyze what the Malan. You know, and then the below Yeminia vote with the North Alliance. But side we had a very disappointment from them because to react killing what ma Ebola miracle more killing Kulangada Mola Yaya Medibo, Yola well being the Yola Gama care. So the other NPP members will come in for belonging support. Those people are only thinking about Barrow. So none of all these people they are not thinking about Gambia. That's the saddest part of all these things. You know, Nanyim Tipito can Tipito Bunkona, Puye Mutol Gambia no welfare. Yo guide Molia, you learn your welcome. But in Kamtala, you do they are only for Yajame, the other one they are only for Baro. So it's a big shame, and then Balfa Warata, in Kamtala, in other taxpayer, Mutakanyapi, and Yolo Susu. So the amount of Siala, Kola Siada, Bali, Lafaka, Haji African Yam, the program of Rapo Jaya, Pulusa, pay for Yamada Male. So what that be the case, but the condom be diaspora and be co watch them. Hajim be condom about and Telegram is Mother Switzerland.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it a Madam Malani analysis on members in our country. But now go to Alabula, Shala, in Banco Catata Yami, self interest and Malabita can get. Among fair to us, to member diaspora and in about Gambi taxpayer, could tell use like a dining below in the down for certain people. Non-alliance are only for Yajame, then people they are only for Barrow, which is very unfair. So for that big case, all
right, thank you so much. Abarka thank you so much, Mr. Later go. I think it's no time. Yeah.
Politician, so give me 1 hour.
Politician, you've
been
here more than 1 hour now.
Very interesting program.
Yeah, it was a nice one. Yeah.
Contribution refer to len ko ak kola si jere ngeen jëf di wax ne rek comme Gambien si dëkk bi ñun noko mom and ñun ñep xam nañ from 2016 bu ñu ñep gene si biti wane ne dañoo demand changes and bu ñu amé change bi at the end of the day it was with excuses ne first term la nañ ko may second term so second term bi Gambien si tamit hono ko based on a wrong reason because law wax nak Gambians one thing is they always vote on a wrong reason and they want to justify it with the right reason which is very wrong so gana jox nañ ko second term ñu ñep gis nañ fan la ñoo dund ak dëkk bi fan la tollu tay so dama gëm ne election is not about the individual but election individual lu mu leen di jaay mooy programmes and policy am mooy ne lii soo leen ma ko joxee Barrow nu moo demee nii du ma demee noonu beneen yoon laay jël pour ma develop Gambia te gëm naa ne Gambians is high time ñu déglu because of politicians suñ fi am wala opposition suñ fi am na nuñ doon toppee seen interest te ñoom ñëpp ñoo maa Barrow ñoo nekkoon di ñoo waroon a liggéey waaye because ñëpp gis nañ Barrow recently call na opposition ci te tey suñ fee wax oppositions in this country UDP GDC ñoo si gën a am doole so ñii nag dañ am principle and principle buñ taxaw moo tax dañ gëm ne Barrow nekkut di yóbbu Gambia bi fu nga xam ne expect nañ ko moo tax ñoom ñëpp kenn mënut a endorse Barrow government am bi so gannaaw nag 2016 ñaari parti yëpp dinañ taxaw insha allah pour seet naka la ñoo mun a isi change gëm naa ne is important pour ñu seet naka lañ leen di dégloo ñu isi change bi because Gambia foofu la tollu right now waaye gannaaw tamit ni ngay dem politique bi tamit di wax rek nañ ci gën a boole jaama ba pare nañ gën a jël suñu message center ko and policies and programme because at the end of the day mboolem ku taxaw di wax si turi party gom naa ne lu ñoo xaar mooy yow what is your programme which is very important so maa ngi wax opposition ci nañ capitalize di jaay suñ programmes and policies because at the end of the day Gambian ci lii la ñoo xaar ba pare di wax ne mboolem luy xew si réew mi ñun ñëpp ñu ngi see teg suñ bot te tey jarut sax because man dama gëm ne opposition ci 2026 suñ campagne war naa yomba because dëkk bi lu ma dal moo dal keneen so gëm naa ne suñ demee si kër yi sax gëm naa ne am naa ne nu ñoo jaayee suñ candidate si dina yomba because Gambian si tamit gëm naa ne war nañoo mun a seet naka la ñoo bring the changes that we need inshallah
ñu jël kii as our last caller hello
Buba koral man programme o banko
asa abantelo very opportunity deal of course is a contribute no
okay nka mbe konton na mbela dunta o konton na nka ma mele mfana futata nan dunta doro ngaji ko nyili dum to sayne la ino yele ba
to nyala
nka Buba ko nyimbilo kanyinta ngamira to nyalen kula mun nyanta diya mulale bayri ngana tan na banko le kan andun diya mu kula mfana bari nyimbilo mo kane fanji kindala ni ya londi baro nyimbilo beta kanata Gambia dingol ya lon ko politiko le be nyimbilo kono baro la fitale komisa APRC miliman somato na e nyimfo isaje woli be miliya lon ko imam fahami malo mimbe kering woli be lala kanne andi ba jele be diamula doli en ko ali ngala kan abeta kanata jammela mola ka wolle nyine sila mimbi je Gambia dingol le nyante nyaayele la 2026 aman jam fasima ma belam ndenga duwa alama yembe taraja kana fomo koma bar ayaja meta nyindo mala adam barota domola han usenda mo min basindira 2026 ta nyindo mala nko Gambia di wol kela Gambia president wa mam min kentoliye ya president wa min sinditil wotili wuli keme wuli taluri ka diya da pansoti karwo karnel so wuli keme sabanel so wuli taluri ka jola na mari kuranta tolle ka jara atolle ka feto fata ala musol hani nyi wono te mi te nyi wo kula tolle ka tiketo kuntuye andi wol bebe America ne steering daminto banko di wol la kodomo yen to nga obe keke ita mangi ku bon tolla iman sila ku bonna iman kuran ku bon tolla nasana bundal be kinyaring bi banko musol hayne be kumbola musol be kumbola marse kono musol diwol be pala fam ka so nin kenya futa kono nene ma moy man sakunda e loka woko diamu nko banko fondin ke tawo manke banko ki dunia daoda fondin kelle ke urela banko do ko nin to la fondin kel tata fawal be ngi kila keta bankola inka banko bula kan tu ya gel ko nyim banko ka mota ke no ya fentige je ibali milibe tasta sola ifali milibe tasta sola ika o feferi ndio ke damin to bi nganya ni ke bay wollo to ko wulo to nyaare damin to development no nara ka futti nyaaro ke bar tinyaro ka jo feyle ni ko molde siri silol la kan inna mina nyapile kan ke bayje alkanu lale itandila jamal be damin tal manya na tarota hayna ngindin krakar dida mobe wuliyata siwoto ali wato dila ni wo wato sita momo wuli katawoto o mari be dami miya taraja tala nyina alpangwe barkalo woli kunto ngaji yanne 2021 ye nyun kuma asile Gambia me kuwa kula politiko dale kataraji ye nyun kuma asile muna ne ya stop iko president ko ni ko be continue la politiko le be kinyala Gambia di wolle be jela sakoni na ta musolla karola muba batani mbelarin Gambia musol ka mantara musukan duniya kono fontol ni musuko tawol man kilimba Gambia musol be falati ngoto min wo history la kina sara al kono mili buka tungi buka sali nko kafiro la moyti mi yawa jam soye wulu wota faawoto wo keta luwolu na mo be duti soto wo be bondilale o be wuralale jam police ol kam mo mutale hanni be banenna ito katara jelelale jento la police ol kam muta keni kwa takuwa bie kena min tuwa Gambia na wala ojo yako no o president wal milibe maralo hani di amte ko ali yukumandi ikana foko e kabilo le sama mi alon control be wal balundi lale ko bi ni president yale ka balu nyaminna ike fawle ne president na ta barono to ila karisama no ku polo be kala nyimbilo le kay tande banko di wala ko nyimbilu furga ngabur kale ata tawala nyimbanko kanja ini banko di wala continue ni wonte ni ma foindala hani usenda bole na kala karsaba karwora fula ma nyimbilo bondi banko musolbe hulamba impichila ni fitalta impichila ntolle be hulamba impichila ngabondi na president mur abarak.
Thank you so much. Abarke bage wala mfatsen sabari tinga konto ana kema be mi alon ko be Helsinki programme o kanuntel haji de be sarla munen
baraka bake buba anyway programme intest da bake honorable kontonna ani la sponsor FRSL be ma it all mention now ponen fengo kon mesara men buba just paying solidarity with the families of those who
colossal mafla ko time mo bandale sa unfortunately for next week
many along go fote la molla nyin tragedy bake ko la mbe duala family be almala ni be so sabarola buba mesara men min ko in as much this lack of opportunity be Gambia jam I'm also appealing to the youth that this country need a change. To nyala balu nying sometimes cool kana me yalon ko ifon ka feel ko bide jigitenye bari mo kana jigilate fo kata ifon di cool me yalon ko aseda balu danno yete famfa so funding they are very very important in the changes that we all yearn for in this country here. So going through the back way to Europe inside of a greener pasture through irregular migration is not a solution to this problem that is happening to us in the Gambia here. So make one level to go please alimbenga stay nga me ko kundi nyini na alinga nyen silo me yalon ko aten na balu nyin dandila nyimban kon sa chingore mitikila de kam mento bi asutono mbango kanya we have the resources in this country here so we can still stay and fight for the betterment of this country rather than going to the waters and kill ourselves in those rivers. In as much I'm appealing that one also Boba to the youths. I also have to call on the partners, especially the Europeans and then other countries who are deporting our sons and daughters back to the country here. Deportation is not a solution to this problem, you understand? At the time in memory they were deporting our people in their mass numbers, you understand? But yet still it doesn't stop people using that irregular migration to Europe. So now, since migration is a global challenge, and now developing countries are more people who are definitely suffering in this migration. But the suffering is not only on us, because when we migrate here and go to Europe, we are going to also populate a place Manjariwala. So what can we do together to ensure that we put a stop or we mitigate the negative impact of irregular migration? Is that for them to develop our youth, whoever went there, not to just jump and deport them back to the country like that. Whenever they are planning on certain things like this, they have to create an environment here, in partnership with governments that are existing, to ensure that when youth are deported back to the country, they are being engaged into a meaningful activity. It's not only about a grant of 45,000 or 100,000. You cannot move them from anywhere. So we have to work hand in glove to ensure that whenever we are doing things, the impact of it is supposed to be positive, not negative. But nim ya molta ye deport nam bigambejam. Tomorrow you see when 100 is border, you see 1,000 is going. Right now we have almost 1,400 young people are missing in the waters. Nobody knew where they are. You understand? The person who died in the waters, nobody knows tomorrow what he or she can bring into this country. So deportation is among the solution. But regular migration, I'm not seeing that one has a solution. So the young people have to have the patience and build their country so that people will be attracted to come to their countries rather than for them to migrate through the deserts and or the waters for them to go and kill themselves. So talking about the former president's bill, it doesn't worry much. But in as much it doesn't worry much. For people, certain people, you understand? We have to be very, very conscious. We have to be cautious too. We have to be taking care. Because in none of that, it is now dangerous. Because tomorrow you don't know what type of person is coming there. Who can change it? Only more motive than only more hemisphere benala. Imalo. You understand? So Lua linked them the people be done regardless of your political affiliation. Lua Janika that you have to take your time. Give that particular law justice, because tomorrow you could be a victim of that particular law you created for yourself. You understand? Be president of Kafuminako, they are using this as like a motivation to make sure that we don't have a president perpetuating himself in power. That's no. Because we have a draft constitution 2020, still we are battling with what? With an area that is saying that the president should not go more than 2 terms. So these are incentives to do so. I'm saying that there must be first a law, clearly. Be in place. Even there is that law, but there must not be a monetary seduction. That you are now equal in power, because the salary that you are earning, the allowance that you are having, you are still equal to the president who is there and working for the country. So what shouldn't be a reason and is unjustifiable? But the law, let's take care. We still need the draft constitution. The anti-corruption bill is still there. The election act is still there. And other meaningful laws that are there which need definite certificate of urgencies. Change. We have reforms that are going to benefit us in the future. So
thank you so much. Ngamol fana mbeti nduke je bake milka to Rasafero, of course, comment box odo. Abdou ST Haidara, thank you so much. I saw your post also congratulating me. Thank you so much. Nga haji nga ajindumbe fanan tentuka je bake me alonko ay photo exhibition o kenon of course hotel doto kolole nga tentuka je bake of course young people feature je andon dafa ndabe mol konale me alonko ay feature. So thank you so much Aji. We definitely appreciate that. Nga Fode Toure fanan tentu nga Ibrahim Drame wol tentu of course Kebe Kausu wol Tata Singate and a lot of people who are saying Haji is brilliant. I cannot read all the comments, but I know of Haji, you are really brilliant. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this guy. Haji is a great asset for the Gambia. Thank you so much for all the comments and thank you for following Politic Kaacha. Ebrima Nyang, I tend to kaje back is another brilliant youth with the Gambia.
In fact, my mentor.
Yeah.
He's an engine behind me.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Mr. Nyang, working with the Gambia Democratic Congress. So for now, what we need is encouragement. The youth they wara encourage, and this ministry definitely for now government be they wara def dara. If they can separate this ministry, let us have a ministry of sports and a ministry of youth. Because Halis Bundi Dugal, allocate for this ministry. For me, it is very small. Like I said, separated. They are only going to focus about the youth, and the other ministry will focus on sports. So that will be very important. So we need a lot of encouragement. Of course, Mr. Nyang. These are very intelligent, brilliant people. They are working for this country. So mbemura nalene abekela talata nalaltine ala kiritale bari natara wa jamfatale alse mutano arjuma nala on the grand bantaba mi alon ko mbe ku dol kacala jele adin be luntam badol natirale mi alon ko nibe kacala ku dol la talanse natambita minitan saba sudola bari natara politic kacala abekela talata nalaltine ala kiritala sire drama le mutam masingoto attending fat sila ni Mustafa Kamara ngebe tentu ke je baki ngana luntangol tentu aning Africell ke je baki kanyum programme fasa ka sembentu yendi nte bubaka yo wa fulale ala baraka.
3050 or 310-3051 or yet still 733-0688. Our opening hours are 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday to Saturday and 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sunday. Yamano Money Transfer, your most trusted money transfer service where customer satisfaction is paramount. When you think of a simple, fast, and reliable money transfer, think Yamano Money Transfer.
Yeah, but if you can contact battle, bari inatal purkana bunlo ko jibe.
Ito kontantale makura, bari ala ya lonte mon kontande. Makura kana nyina ko teninte belbe tuba dudula kilimoto.
Ngoto nyalti kay.
Ngoko di ba katon ki nan jang pour yena dula dala. Ni tata na dula to makura. Ala ya long njuso malla. Ama hani futa dula to dula din. Anu birite loro commencé woni bitema. Ama hani me.
No, ama me to nyalom.
Ke bara fonye mune muy la kulloti.
Ndela kullu balu woldi.
Baluo. Ha. Wey, fo baluo ko loro fanankele.
Ikka loro fanankele.
Nyen kunna soniata ta www.baluo.com. Anim baluo isela bulloran jorangol be sang anila kudula asatare mambata. Jorangol membuko sementol, kenyo, babarol, nil, peruol, woninga nyon jamal. Ta baluo.com. Yen jorangol be sang ila dinkira bado adungite batala je. Anim baluo ifangole marate la kudula.